sound on tape. Here we go.
This is Channel 2.
And
You're on.
Roll V3. Roll V2. Stand by to cue Dennis voiceover. And open his mic. Insert out. View him. Ready,
A
camera
last-minute
3.
lifting of cloud cover saved
Pointer
the
to
annual
3.
4th of July fireworks for several
camera 3.
thousand people in and
Ready,
around San
V2,
Francisco
sound
tonight.
on tape.
Bad weather conditions apparently kept many people away from the half-dozen
Change
fireworks
Chiron.
displays all around the Bay Area. Mike O'Connor was one of the lucky
Take it
ones
with
at
an
San
insert.
Francisco's Chrissy Field.
Roll V2.
This
Take
morning,
V2
the
sound
fog
on.
was expected to stay about 1,000 feet
There you
above the
go.
ground.
Fine, Mike.
But as it poured in through
I
the
know.
gate this afternoon,
Insert
it came
out.
in heavy and
Change
low.
Chiron.
By 8:30 this
Insert
evening,
again.
it was windy and cold also.
Good.
The line at a coffee stand was
Insert
about
out.
60 deep.
Change
There
Chiron.
was no waiting at a
Okay,
nearby
set
ice cream
F1 in
stand.
monitor A.
But people were making the best of it as best they could.
Do you want the 10 o'clock news in the monitor for the tag? I could use the 4th of July card if you want. You want to? Set camera 5 in monitor A, Mike. Camera 5 looks a little snug to me, or is it just the monitor? Mark, could you punch up camera 3 over there? Camera 5 needs to be zoomed out a little bit.
View on the thing. The people in the boats over there
A little bit more in
are
5.
trying to get a better angle of sight on the barge
Zoom
where
out a
the
little bit
fireworks
more
are
in
going to be
5.
shot out from. The barge is over there.
Good, you got
Barely
it. Thank you.
Visible through
30
the fog.
seconds for the
Sometimes
10
you can
o'clock
see it, and
news. The out
sometimes
cue
you
coming back
can't.
to Dennis. Let me have Dennis's Chiron now, Mark. We'll use it coming back. Ready, camera 3
may
with
have
Dennis's
seemed as if
mic
there was
and the Chiron
disappointment in the
insert.
wind
For the 10
and the
o'clock
fog,
news of the out cue in
But as
15
it turned out, the
seconds.
fog bank was low enough so that much of the display was visible above
10
it.
seconds. Ready, camera 3
It
with
isn't
Dennis's
perfect,
mic.
but it's not so
Here we
bad
go.
after all.
And
In San Francisco, Mike O'Connor reporting for the 10 o'clock news.
camera 3, cue
Mike
Dennis.
reports
Ready
that
to
the
lose
fireworks
insert.
show in San Francisco
Lose
has
the
now given
insert.
way to a
Change
massive
Chiron.
traffic jam.
Ready,
Part of
camera
that
1
caused
with
by
Barbara's
an
mic
exit
and a
gate that had
Chiron
been left
insert.
locked. Military police are now working trying to unlock that gate. Mike says fireworks display seemed to go well on this Wednesday night, the 4th of July, 1979.
Take camera 1, cue Barbara. Ready, a double. 4 video with 3 full and 4 under. Insert out.
On the beach near
Ready, a
Bodega
double.
Bay,
4
and a
video.
mass
And
murder in
stand
North
by to insert
Carolina leads to
F2.
talk of a possible
Ready, a double.
nationwide feud between rival motorcycle
Roll a
gangs.
double. Take F4. 3
I'm
full.
George
Just take
Watson,
F4.
and
Just
today
good.
on my
You can
day
insert
off, I
F2.
applied for a new
Dynamite.
job.
Ready,
Cool.
V2 without the insert. Roll V2. Take V2. V2. What is that? There we go. Beats me.
Wrong side.
Just change F2, Mike. Set it in monitor A.
News live from Jack London Square, the Bay Area's
We'll
only
get it.
complete
Ready, it is out to camera 3 with
television
Dennis's
news
mic.
service with the award-winning Channel 2 news team and worldwide
Here we
satellite
go.
coverage from the leading
And
international networks.
open Dennis's mic. Is out 3. Cue Dennis. Ready,
Good evening. A
V8.
Marin County
Channel
woman
2
who
full
was
with
left
channel
for
1
dead
under.
on the beach near Bodega Bay is recovering tonight from an ordeal of kidnapping,
Roll
robbery, and
V8.
assault.
3,
John Fowler has this
2,
report.
1. Take V8.
After
Channel
apparently
2
having
full.
dinner
You can
Sunday
insert
night
Chiron.
with a man police are calling her
Insert
kidnapper,
out.
Linda
Change
Mann
Chiron.
was forced
Insert
at
again.
gunpoint to her husband's jewelry store at the cannery.
Insert out.
They arrived
Change
at the
Chiron.
store early Monday morning.
Got a minute till we come
Police
back.
say the
Proj
kidnapper forced
V2
Mahan
should be
to
queued
open
up
the
to
store,
Sacto
and then he
flag.
cleared the shelves
I guess you
of
just roll the wrong side, right?
$300,000 in jewelry and cash.
Good.
Still with his captive,
Coming
he
out
then
to
drove
Dennis
north,
on camera 3, set
possibly to
F2
Mahan's
in
Mill
monitor
Valley
A.
house, and then on to Sonoma County, constantly reassuring her
change
that
F1.
she would be released unharmed.
Shade F1,
They
please.
ended up here at a treacherous
30
stretch of
seconds coming back to
coastline
Dennis
just
on
north of
camera
Bodega
3.
Bay.
Standard
That was
close.
about 9 o'clock last night. Police say instead of being released, the 36-year-old woman was gagged and choked, brutally beaten with a rock. She was dumped in the ocean and left
20
for
seconds.
dead. But Linda Mahan did not die. Severely injured, she clung to a rock for nearly 10 hours
10
in the frigid
seconds.
surf before help arrived.
Ready, camera 3
She
with
has head
Dennis's
injuries
mic. It's a
and is
standard
suffering
close.
from exposure, but officials say
5
she's doing
seconds. Here we
remarkably
go.
well and lucky to be alive.
Doesn't look well.
John Fowler
Ready,
reporting
camera 3.
for the 10 o'clock news.
Take camera 3. Cue
And tonight,
Dennis.
both San
Ready,
Francisco
camera
police
1 with
and
Barbara's
Sonoma
mic
County
and the
sheriffs are
Chiron
saying
insert.
they are close
And
to an
stand
arrest
by
of the suspect
V3.
in this case.
Ready,
They are
camera 1
now,
with Barbara's
however,
mic.
releasing that suspect's name.
Take camera 1, cue Barbara.
North
Ready,
Carolina, today,
V3
5
sound on
members of
tape.
the Outlaws
Insert out.
motorcycle gang
Change
were
Chiron.
shot to death. Art Norman has this report on what officials are now calling the 4th
Yes.
of July massacre.
Roll V3.
The
Take
5
V3
members of
sound
the
out.
Outlaws motorcycle gang were found shot and
Insert
stabbed
out.
to death in their North Charlotte
And
clubhouse.
you can insert again,
Investigators
Mike.
described the killings as a surprise attack because most of the
Insert out.
victims appeared
Yeah,
to
don't
have
go
been
with the
asleep
insert
when the
unless you
murders
ask me like you
occurred.
did. That was
One
fine.
body
I
was
didn't
found
think
over
you
side
could
of
get
a
it.
Audio level will
house with a
change
shotgun
radically
in his
here
lap.
shortly.
There
You got
was
that,
no
Chris?
evidence of a
Yeah.
struggle.
Okay.
Police say he may have been on guard duty but fell asleep. The county
Okay,
coroner
10
says
to
the
another
gangland-style murders occurred between
30 seconds
midnight
to
and
you, Barbara.
5:30 a.m.
Coming out to camera 1.
Bodies of the 4 men and a woman
Set
were
camera
discovered
2 in
early this
monitor
morning
A.
by another
Change
gang member.
F2.
Right now, we don't have any
Stand by to
suspects
insert Chiron.
named, any
Insert
suspects
Chiron.
that we think are likely. We're looking into every possibility.
Insert
We're
out.
going to look at all the other
Change
motorcycle
Chiron.
gangs,
Got it out just in
anybody
time,
that might have been
Jesus.
associated with these people.
Art
So,
Norman reporting is the
we're
out cue at
very
15
glad
seconds. Coming back to
investigation
Barbara on
to
camera
find out
1.
as much about this as we can.
Art Norman
Police say
reporting is the
several
out cue at
white
10
males were seen
seconds. Ready
leaving here
camera
early
1 with
this
Barbara's
morning in a
mic.
small black foreign car. They are considered armed and extremely dangerous.
5 seconds. Here
As
we
yet,
go.
no motive has been established. In Charlotte, North Carolina, Art Norman
To
reporting.
camera 1, cue
The
Barbara.
Charlotte police officer Walter Hilderman is a specialist on motorcycle gangs, and he says
The
that
6
today's
you gave me
attack
does
is
follow
no doubt
VS,
part of an
right?
ongoing fight between the outlaws and the Hells Angels. Hilderman says the two gangs are
Okay.
competing for control of Charlotte's massage parlors and drug traffic. Both gangs have branches in many states, also in Canada. Hilderman does predict that today's
Okay, ready,
violence
camera
could spread
3
into
with
a
Dennis's
nationwide bikers' war. However, here in the Bay Area, Hells
Ready,
Angels
camera
that
3
we
with
talked to
Dennis's
tonight
mic.
maintained that the killings in North Carolina had nothing to do with the Hells Angels, either here or there.
To camera 3, cue Dennis.
Vietnam
Ready,
veteran
V2,
staged
voice
an
over with the
unusual
Chiron
4th of
insert.
July protest on the steps of the
Roll
state capitol in
V2.
Sacramento
Take
today.
V2 with an insert.
Police say 36-year-old
Ready, insert
John
out.
Peter of San
Insert
Francisco
out.
set
Change
fire to an
Chiron.
American
Insert
flag.
again.
They say they don't know what he was protesting. Yesterday,
out.
Peter
Change
was also
Chiron.
at the Capitol, passing out leaflets
Coming
and
back to
demanding
Dennis
civil
on
rights
camera,
for
same graphic in
Vietnam-era
the monitor.
veterans. The
Set
San
F,
Francisco
you can just
man was
change F1.
arrested without incident
It'll be all
and
right.
cited on misdemeanor charges of setting a fire on state property, and he was then released. The burning
Coming
flag
back
was
to
quickly
Dennis.
extinguished, but the veteran had caused some tense moments for state police. He was feeding that fire with bottles of flammable liquid when one of those bottles exploded, and police spotted a package with wires
Ready,
which they
camera
thought
3.
might be a bomb, but they found no explosives, and Peter explained he was only using the package as a weight to keep
Point
the
number
burning
3.
flag from burning away.
Take camera 3.
And tonight, a man claiming
Ready,
to be
camera
Peter's
1
called
with
the 10
Barbara's
o'clock
mic.
news. He said he wants an
Stand by
investigation of
V3.
federal, state, and local officials
camera 1
whom
with
he
Barbara's
says
mic.
had been harassing him for years. He did not say what form that harassment has taken.
Take camera 1, cue
President
Barbara.
Carter's widely
Ready,
publicized
V3,
speech on
sound
the energy
on tape.
crisis planned for tomorrow evening was abruptly
With the
canceled
Chiron
today.
insert, Mike.
White House officials just this afternoon said the president simply changed his mind. They refused to give any other reason for that
Ready,
cancellation.
V3, sound
Daniel
on tape.
Shore reports on today's surprising move.
Roll V3. Take V3,
President
sound
Carter's
on.
decision to cancel his speech, made without consulting
Insert
any of
out.
his top
Change
advisors,
Chiron.
came as
Card
a
on 2
stunning
is clear.
surprise to officials
Set
as
F2
high
in
as
monitor
Vice
A.
President
Want some
Mondale.
scotch tape or
One
something?
ranking official said it seemed almost irrational. Highly placed sources
is 2
said that
minutes
the
long.
president
We'll be
himself,
coming back to
who had
Dennis.
insisted against the
About a
advice
minute
of
and a
several
half.
counselors, are rushing into the speech on Thursday night.
Yeah.
After a crash effort to put together an energy program, the president went to Camp
Teas
David
of the-
yesterday with
it's
3
called
drafts
homecoming
containing
teas.
options on which he still
Should
had
be
decisions to
V2.
make. Among the issues he had
Don't
to
have
decide,
it?
I learned, were these: how to eliminate gas lines. The proposals varied from rationing
Okay,
to
we don't
immediate
have it. We don't have the
deregulation of
teas
gas
for story
prices,
number 10.
from changing the allocation
That's
system
fine, don't
to
worry about it.
abolishing the allocation system. How
Yeah.
to reduce oil consumption. One proposal would have mandated the substitution
Yes,
of
it
coal
is.
in certain cases for oil and gasoline.
Barbara, story
How to reduce
10, the
imports.
teas. If you look
There
on
was
your
a
script,
proposal
there's
for
supposed to be
mandatory
videotape
controls
voiceover for the last
and other
paragraph. We
proposals
don't
for less
have the
drastic
tape, but you
controls.
read the paragraph anyway.
How to speed up
We got a
alternate
minute.
energy sources.
Coming back to Dennis.
A crash, multi-billion-dollar program to provide a substantial supply of synthetic fuels within 10 years.
You can change
But that would have
F1, Mike.
disrupted the administration's budgetary
got a
premises and a lot of other premises.
45
Presumably,
seconds.
President Carter finally realized that a series of programs and
ISB.
restrictions amounting almost to wartime controls could not be decided by Thursday, and so he decided abruptly to cancel the speech.
Where is it?
But what was eerie
Okay, we
was the
do
way
have
he
the
came
teaser.
to that decision. As far as
That
known,
videotape
this morning
on
he consulted
story
only
10 is
Hamilton
back in.
Jordan, his friend and political advisor,
I don't know, I
and
just
not
tell you what
any
they
of the
tell me.
advisors who had worked on the
20
program.
seconds.
Not even Stuart Eisenstadt, his domestic advisor, who was coordinating preparations for the speech. Eisenstadt learned about the decision.
10 seconds. Daniel
secondhand.
Shore at the White House coming back to Dennis on camera
Eisenstadt,
3.
Vice President Mondale, and a lot of other Americans will be asking in coming
5
days
seconds. Here we
just
go.
what happened.
Ready, camera
at
3
Camp
with
David.
Dennis's mic.
This is Daniel Shore at the White House.
To camera 3.
There were other
Ready,
energy-related
V2,
problems for
sound
the
on tape.
administration
It should
today.
be
It was
consumer
accused in
suit
court of
on
covering
V2.
up
Thank you.
statistics on the amount of oil being imported into
Ready,
the U.S.
V2
The
with the
nation's
Chiron
largest
insert.
consumer group teamed up with a public employees union to file that suit in Washington. Cindy Druss has a report.
Roll V2. Take V2 sound
At a
down.
time when the amount of oil coming into the country is as
Insert out.
important as the
Change
amount
sky
of
around.
ss in your tank,
Not yet, Mike.
government
20 seconds
monitoring of
before you
oil
insert again.
imports has been
Coming out
cut
the
back
camera
by
2 for the T's from
95%.
Barbara. Set
The
F1
government
in
admits
monitor
it
A.
verifies only
And
5%
you
of
can change
oil
F2.
import figures
And
reported
10
by
seconds to an
private
insert.
companies.
Say what?
These figures are available to
Little less
all
audio in the
government
studio,
agencies,
Chris.
but the Department
by
of
the
Energy
insert
gets its
Chiron.
figures on oil imports from the
Little
oil
less.
companies. These
Insert
consumers
Chiron
say
now.
the Energy Department
Insert
understates
out.
the amount of
Change
imported
Chiron.
oil.
A minute to you,
have
Barbara.
uncovered
Okay,
new
Insert Chiron.
confirmation of the fact that the Department of Energy, instead of relying on independent data,
That's when it
is
should
relying
go
on
in.
the data given them by the domestic oil companies and
Insert
the
out.
one
Wow,
independent
that's what
check
it
we
should
have
have went in.
had,
As
namely
when
the
we
Customs
zoomed in, we should
Service,
have put it in.
and an utterly
Rather on
fast
the
economy
white
move
shot.
will eliminate that vehicle for double checking the accuracy. They say it's to save dollars. It's not to save our dollars. That really leads us even more to say the
30
motivation is
seconds.
political.
This is Cindy
They
Driss.
don't
Is the out
want an
cue coming out the
independent check
camera
to
2 for a
continuously
tease from you,
expose
Barbara.
the false
Just
document
a
out of the
skosh
Department
looser,
of
because when
Energy.
Dennis sets up, I
The
think he's going
government
to sit out of
claims
this
cutbacks
framing.
in the monitoring
Just a
of
little bit
imported
looser on 2
oil
and
are
you'll have it.
necessary to save employees' time and
There you go.
taxpayers' money. But an assistant U.S. Customs
15
Commissioner
seconds.
admits
Ready,
the move
camera
will
2
attract
with Barbara's
middlemen,
mic.
adding to the cost of gas at the pump and adding to the
10
confusion
seconds.
as to how much oil actually is coming into the country.
5 seconds.
A
Ready,
hearing on the
camera
suit
2
is
with
scheduled in
Barbara's
U.S.
mic.
District Court tomorrow. In Washington, this is Cindy Druss.
To camera 2. Ready,
Still to come on the 10
V2,
o'clock
the
news,
keys.
more Americans stayed
Voiceover
close
with a
to home
Chiron
on the 4th
insert.
of July
Roll
holiday, but
V2.
for one citizen,
Take
it was
V2
a
for
first
an
look
insert.
ever at this
Good.
country
Hey,
and
hey.
the first
Ready to
time
fade to
in more
black?
than 30 years to see his family.
And fade to black. Aha, just as he went in the door. Wasn't that cute?
It's the first new Z car in a
Okay.
decade, the totally
Dynamite.
new 280ZX. And look at these features, included in the Grand Luxury package. AM,
Yeah.
FM, surround sound stereo, electronic outside
That
mirror,
was-
four-wheel disc brakes, power steering, power windows, cruise
That
control,
was-
and much, much more. But the best news of all is that Pales has a big selection of the 280ZX, and we're ready to deal. Maybe we're not the
F2.
#1 dealer, but when it comes to
Do you
prices and
think so?
service,
Yeah.
you're the #1 customer.
Yeah.
At #1 East 14th Street.
Okay,
I
I agree.
guarantee it.
You're right. The director's wrong.
This is the second largest selling beer in the world, Kirin beer. And you
F2
probably
in monitor
never tasted
A.
it. So you don't know about Kirin's unmistakable import flavor.
You can change
and uncommon
F1.
lightness. Or that Kirin is one of the few beers still
People,
made entirely
set
from
camera
natural
5
ingredients.
in monitor B.
All the beer drinking pleasure in the world is right in this bottle.
Good.
Kirin beer.
Camera 2, a little tighter on that shot.
never even tasted it.
California,
Over the chair. There you go.
look
You
what
got it.
you've been
1
missing.
minute. Coming out to Dennis on camera 3. Chris, next story is a V3 voiceover, but the sound on tape under is real important. It's got to be there.
You can't let anything stop you.
Don't get too relaxed here, Madman.
Roof leaks, fix it.
Madman, don't
When
get
you
too
wash a
relaxed
machine,
here.
buy it.
You're sounding too relaxed to
Bill
me.
due, pay it. Northern California savings.
No, I don't want to
simply
hear it.
reminds
Tell me
you
later.
that
Tell me
$5
after the show. I don't want to hear it.
You could get past any obstacle.
30 seconds.
Being ready for anything.
What?
is the
Say
name
that
of the
again.
game.
30.
V3 voiceover, but the sound on tape under is very important. Coming out to camera 3 with Dennis's mic and the Chiron insert.
We want it, when we want it
We'll be fading
anymore.
up.
But when the water table goes deeper,
Are you set
so
for
does
it?
a pump from a company called TRW.
Okay,
All over the world.
10 seconds. Ready,
TRW
camera
pumps
3 with
are
Dennis's
working
mic
to
and
keep
stand
the
by
good
V3. It'll be
green
voiceover
and
with
growing.
sound on tape under.
5.
5. Here we go. And
You're
up
on.
on 3, cue Dennis.
Nicaragua
Ready,
tonight, there's
V3
growing
voiceover.
speculation that
We'll lose the
President
insert when we take the
Anastasio
tape.
Somoza is about
That's
to
all right.
resign.
Roll V3.
Somoza's
Take V3.
dictatorship is under fierce attack from
Insert
leftist
Chiron.
rebels who in the last few weeks have taken over many Nicaraguan towns.
Insert out.
Today, a Japanese newspaper
set
quoted
F1 in
Somoza as
monitor
stating
A.
he will resign and seek political
Ready,
asylum
camera
abroad.
3.
A joint session of the Nicaraguan Congress planned for today, reportedly to
A lot of
deal with
tape in
Somoza's resignation, has been postponed until tomorrow. Meantime, the Sandinista rebels continue
We're gonna use
advancing.
half of it.
The guerrillas are now attacking the town of Granada, the third largest in the country.
Ready,
Today, they
camera
also
3.
qualify their claim of yesterday that they captured the southern
Change
town of
F2.
Rivas. They now say they've captured 2 locations near there and about to enter that town.
Ready, camera
if Rivas
3.
falls, it would endanger Somoza's southern line of defense. The Sandinistas want to make Rivas the seat of a provisional government.
Take camera 3. Cue
An agreement
Dennis.
by 5 Southeast Asian nations to
Ready, camera
accept
2
the
with
tens
Barbara's
of
mic.
thousands of boat people
Barbara, you're
streaming out
next
of
on camera
Vietnam
2,
could be in
tight
trouble
shot.
tonight. Representatives of the 5 nations agreed yesterday to let the boats land after a promise from U.S. Secretary of State Cyrus Vance.
There he
Vance
is.
pledged to step up
Got a
efforts to
V8
resettle
coming
the
up.
refugees in Western nations. But today, one unnamed
camera
Southeast
2 is
Asian
Barbara's
official was
mic,
quoted
and
as saying
stand by
those
V8,
resettlement
it'll be
efforts
channel
are too
2
limited.
full with channel
He
1 under.
suggested sending the refugees
Ready,
back
camera
to
2 with the
Vietnam
Chiron
instead,
insert.
but only if that country promised not to persecute them. According to all reports, though, it is persecution in Vietnam that caused them to leave in the first place.
Take camera 2, cue Barbara. Ready,
40-year-old American
V8,
citizen
channel
who
2
had
full with
never
channel
seen
1 under.
America arrived in San
Change
Francisco
Chiron.
today from China. His joyful parents and relatives who had not seen him in more than
Roll
3
V8,
decades
3,
went to the airport
2,
to greet him.
1, and take V8, channel 2 full. You can insert Chiron now. Insert out. Change Chiron.
This family has
Now
not
you can
seen their
insert Chiron
relative,
again.
Frank Wong, in 31 years, and this was the first
Insert
glance
out.
they had of him
Change
today.
Chiron. So
Frank's
this was wrong. That's why
84-year-old
I didn't know
father
whether or
couldn't
not to
have
put
been
it
more
in. That's why I
excited.
didn't do it. Stand by to insert Chiron.
Very happy, very good.
And insert Chiron now.
What they say in China. Very skinny.
Insert out. Change Chiron. Minute and a half till we come back to Barbara.
While Frank was checked through customs, he
Preset
learned
of
that he
B
was
wipe to
separated
F2
from his
and you can
parents
change
in China
F1.
when he was only 9
He
years
lives down the
old
street from
during
me.
World War II.
Yeah, right.
Until 5 years
This
ago,
traffic slide.
no one knew where he was or even if he was
Raj,
alive
you got
or
another
dead.
minute or so. Can
It took
someone
those
run into
5
F1
years
and
of
push the slide the
bureaucratic
gate a
red
little
tape
bit?
between China and the Wong family to bring him here. Tong Wong, a magician, was so happy about being reunited with his son that he did magic tricks for the press while we waited in the airport lounge.
God.
But after a while, Mr. and Mrs. Wong grew anxious to
Thank
see
you.
their son.
I'm
was
gonna
too
throw
close
up.
to the
We
door,
got a minute.
anticipating his
Standard
arrival.
close coming out to
Finally,
Barbara.
Frank, his wife,
1 minute
and their
to you,
children
Barbara.
were
Standard
released
close.
from customs, and there wasn't a dry eye around.
Coming out to camera 1. Camera 2, you're clear for your next shot. What is your next shot? Oh, it's the wide shot.
Frank was overwhelmed at the whole situation and could
Set
hardly
camera
talk.
5 and
His
monitor
father
A.
was not at a loss for words.
I'm very happy to see my family come back.
30 seconds. 30 seconds, standard close. Ready, camera 1 with Barbara's mic. You got a B
And
wipe
Frank must
to
be very
F2
happy too.
preset, right?
Since his parents are Americans, he's been an American citizen
20
for all
seconds.
his 40 years, but until today, he had never been able to set foot in his own country. Mr. Wong
15
Sr. says
seconds.
the first thing he's going to do is fatten his son up with some good food, and the children of the Wong family
10
say they're
seconds,
going to set
ready,
off all
camera 1
kinds
with
of
Barbara's
fireworks
mic.
tonight in what they say will be their best 4th of July ever.
Here we go.
At San Francisco Airport, I'm Elaine Chalmers reporting for the 10 o'clock news.
Camera 1, cue Barbara. Ready,
Many
a B
people
wipe
across
to
the nation
F2.
today celebrated the 4th of July close to home by necessity instead of
B
by
wipe
choice.
F2.
The gas shortage forced many motorists to cut out holiday outings.
Ready,
Gas
a
was
B
hard
wipe
to
to
find,
F1.
and most service stations were closed, and in states with odd-even rationing, drivers with odd-numbered plates couldn't get any gas at all. Resort operators all over the nation reported a drop in business. That reduction in driving
Ready, a B
also
wipe to
cut down
F1
the number of
stand
fatal
by
accidents
V2
on the
voice
road.
over.
As of this evening, the National Safety Council was reporting
Ready, a
that
B wipe to
86 people
F1.
had died in traffic collisions. By comparison, 196 people died during the last one-day 4th of July holiday that happened 6 years ago.
B wipe F1.
In California, highway traffic
Change
today was down
F2.
40 to 50% compared to the same period last
Ready,
year.
V2
and people
voice
also
over with the
stayed
Chiron
close to
insert.
home.
Roll
in
V2.
the Southland, many
Take
people went to
V2
the
with an
beach.
insert.
More than 200,000 people crowded onto Santa
Insert
Monica
out,
Beach in
change
spite of a
Chiron.
smelly oil leak, which was discovered
Coming
there
out to
yesterday.
Dennis.
County health officials had closed a strip of the beach after an oil-based substance made several people ill. The liquid was pouring from an open
it under,
drain
Chris.
pipe. That leak
Ready,
was
camera 3 with
contained,
Dennis's
however, by
mic and stand by
10:45 this morning.
V9.
The beach was reopened. People crowded
Ready,
there,
camera
but few
3 with
dared to
Dennis's
enter the
mic.
water, choosing instead to soak up some sunshine on the shore.
Take camera 3, cue Dennis.
In the
Ready,
Bay Area, there
V9,
wasn't
channel
much
2
with
full,
highway
channel 1 under
traveling
with
either,
the
as people
Chiron
have
insert.
discovered the pleasures of
Roll
local space.
V9,
Michael Connor
3,
has that report.
2, 1, and take V9. Jeez.
A nice summer holiday, and people were staying close to
Insert
home
out,
in droves.
change Chiron.
By avoiding
Insert
the crush
again.
on the highway, some were crushing to get a place on board a bay cruise.
Insert out.
The cost and supply of gas
A minute
was a
till
worry for
channel
some.
1 goes full,
Number
Chris.
1, because of the gas shortage, and number 2, I don't like
Set
crowds
F2
of
and
people.
monitor A.
Don't like crowded highways.
You can
But
change
then again, this
F1.
holiday is in the middle of the week, so a long drive was out of the question for many.
Are we sticking around home? Oh, because it's just one day. The union changed the holidays, you know, and that is terrible. Why did
45
they do
until
that?
channel 1 goes full, Chris.
But while long trips may have been avoided, that didn't mean good attendance for at least one local event.
This is the 49th annual race here this year. And
30 till channel 1 goes full. Picnickers is the word cue, Chris.
5 years.
Where are the people? Some are very close to home, like those who were at this school carnival in Alameda.
Minute to
or
the
lived
studio.
to the north at Jack London Square, listening to the symphony and watching the ballet. The Oakland
Don't get too
Coliseum was
comfortable,
jammed with
Minetti.
fans of a different kind of music.
10 till channel
so
1
many
goes
people here
full.
that the
Get
highways
10
were
from
plugged
here,
up
get
and
over there.
Bart put on extra cars when they all
Picnickers,
left.
ready channel 1 full.
Conga drums at Tilden Park seemed to keep the drummers enraptured and entertain some of the picnickers.
Channel 1 full, channel 2 under. You can insert Chiron, Mike. Ready channel 2 full. Insert out and channel 2 full, channel 1 under.
A man with a
30
drummer
seconds
says the
to
group
Dennis.
did travel a bit to get to the park.
Standard close.
They came from the Mission District in San Francisco to celebrate the revolution, past and future. Some East
20
Bay parks
seconds,
were
ready
packed to
camera 3 and
capacity,
Dennis's mic.
but as the
Stand
evening
by
fog came
V3
in, some of
sound
those who
on
decided
with
not
the
to go too
Chiron
far
insert.
decided to go home for the day.
10 out.
But there was
Ready
still the
camera
evening
3.
shift of barbecuers and the evening shift of mothers, not doing housework
5
now,
seconds,
but
ready
still
camera
fixing
3
the
with
meals
Dennis's
for the
mic.
family. In Berkeley, Mike O'Connor reporting for the 10 o'clock news.
Take camera 3,
The
cue
one
Dennis.
group of
Ready
drivers in
V3
England
sound
hit
on
the road
tape
today
with the
with
Chiron
intention
insert.
of going 2,000 miles, but they couldn't be accused of guzzling precious gas in their cars. They only planned to use 1 gallon each. Simon Dring explains in this report.
Roll V3. Take V3 sound on.
Many people quite understandably find the mileage
Insert out.
marathon a bit of a
Change
joke.
Chiron. Insert again.
Certainly, at first sight, these weird machines look nothing
Insert
less
out.
than the invention
Change
of a few
Chiron.
backroom eccentrics.
My watch isn't
But in
working.
fact,
Son of a
they're the
bitch.
result of a great deal of serious thinking, hard work, and
Yeah, I would like
ingenuity
you to.
by scientists,
Set F1 and A.
engineers, university
Bad
students,
carpenter
and
always blames his
dedicated
tools.
amateurs. There's no big money
Was
involved.
out of petrol. Is the out cue. I don't have time for coming out to Dennis for a tag, and then right on the tees he does the tees to camera 3 also.
All right. Now in its third year,
Tell me when
the
it's coming
challenge
up,
has
Mike.
become addictive for some of the participants.
I can't give him cues, so
The
stand by. I don't
scientific
know.
studies from Chrysler UK
Was out of
won
petrol.
last year and have been tinkering ever since to try and do it again.
About the Dennis.
With petrol
And then we'll be
shortages now becoming a way
dissolving
of
the camera
life
2 with
and the
the
price
V2
per gallon
insert.
moving steadily upwards, motor manufacturers
Ready, camera
are
3
only
with
too
Dennis's
eager
mic.
to take note of any ideas. In the spirit of the event, a certain amount
Was
of
out of
cheating
petrol.
was allowed. Drifting downhill with the engine off saved many contestants a few precious drops of fuel.
Here we go.
For very good reason. The only service station near Mallory Park was out of petrol.
Take camera 3, cue Dennis. Ready to
Although
dissolve
the
the
goal of
camera
the contest
2
was to drive
with a
2,000
V1
miles on
with a
that 1
V2
gallon of
insert.
gas. The goal
He
was
does
not
the tees
reached.
to camera
The winner
3.
only managed to drive a paltry 1,648 miles. Coming up next on the news tonight, a comparison of the
dissolve
military might of
with
the
the
U.S.
V2
against
insert.
that of the
Ready,
Soviet Union,
V2.
an old-fashioned anti-draft rally in San
Nelson, you're gonna be in
Francisco,
the
and
shot.
Betty Ann Bruno has the story of a government project here in Oakland that never got off the ground.
Roll V2, dissolve. Ready to fade to black. Fade to black. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Change up one mic.
For me, and just in time.
Looking a little
Change
under
up
the weather, honey.
I guess. But Dutch Boy's famous outside
So,
latex.
camera
will take
2 is
care
a
of that
card.
quick.
Camera 4
Lasts
needs
for
to be
years and
framed.
years.
Well, covers in one coat. The cleanup is easy.
Say, how come you know so much about Dutch Boy?
Didn't think I was a natural beige, did you?
Take it from us. Outside
and inside.
Would somebody check for me to find out if this segment 2 films are separate? So I was told they're separate, but it's marked on not.
Tomorrow, Hayward Dodge and
Okay,
Dodge
fine.
will also have more
Fine,
cars
fine.
for under $5,000
Okay, dokie,
than
okay,
anyone
dokie.
else.
When you get a chance to talk to you about sports.
78 and 79
What?
Colts, Aspens, Diplomats, trucks,
Michael,
even
Manetti.
vans, all priced at $5,000 or less, and many are less, like Colts, starting at $103 a month. Anyone can put 1 or 2 cars under $5,000, but if you'd like to choose from 60, see you tomorrow. At
Okay,
Hayward Dodge
Cameron, what do you
Dodge
want?
Country in San Jose.
The baseball tape.
Minute.
1 minute, yes.
Who's got the backtrack stuff?
I'm sorry, the bat cracks?
Yeah.
Is it on V3 main reel?
Yes, sir.
Both of them are on V3?
Yes, sir. Does that give you a problem?
No, it's not. That's fine. And how long is baseball?
That I don't know.
I'll need to know how long the Giants tape is. If Tom's out there, ask him.
Measure
He's
your
not.
windows and give you a free estimate
Not
right
out
in your
here.
home.
And do you know how long tennis is?
And beautiful savings from
Cam?
Montgomery Ward.
No.
Okay, I'll need times on sports tapes. 30 seconds.
Okay, we'll get them to you.
Okay. Coming out to Dennis. Camera 2 pan right a little bit. Good. Yeah, we'll come back with an insert. Preset an A wipe to camera 2. Pan right on camera 2. Don't worry about the hands. Don't worry about the hand. Pan right. Hold right there. I got you. I see the problem. 5 seconds. Ready to come up on camera 3 with Dennis's mic. And an insert.
You're
Up on 3Q, Dennis.
The head of the Federal Aviation
Ready, an A wipe to camera
Administration
2. We'll
today
lose the
said
insert on the
concern
wipe.
about a lift slat was the main obstacle to putting the grounded DC-10 jetliners
A
back
wipe
into
camera
the air.
2.
Langley
Change
Bond
Chiron.
said a malfunctioning lift
Set
slat on the
F2
left
in
wing of
monitor
the American
B.
Airlines jet that crashed in Chicago May 25th.
Ready, camera
may
1
have
with
helped
Barbara's
cause
mic
the
and the
nation's worst
Chiron
air
insert.
disaster. Wing slats extend on takeoff to provide greater lift. And that May
Ready,
25th
camera 1 with
crash,
Barbara's
the
mic.
slat on the left wing, the same one from which one engine fell off, did not extend. And Bond has to decide if the slat malfunction was a freak accident or one that could occur again.
Take camera 1, cue Barbara.
Opponents of the SALT treaty
Ready,
to limit
insert
nuclear
out.
arms have been
Insert out.
complaining that the
Ready,
U.S.
a B
is
wipe
falling
to camera
behind the
4.
Soviet Union in terms of military might. Liberals have a different opinion, and today Liberal
B wipe camera
Congressman Wes
4.
Aspen of
Camera
Wisconsin
2, you're
released
clear
a
for your
study
next
that
shot.
supports his
You
point
can
of
change
view.
F1.
According to the study, U.S.
Ready, a
military
B wipe
strength
to
has been
F1.
advancing dramatically over the last 10 years, definitely keeping abreast of the Soviets.
Set
Aspen points
F1
to
and A.
improvements in the Minuteman and other nuclear weapon systems and says
Ready,
the
a B
U.S.
wipe to
arsenal of
F1.
bombs and warheads has more than doubled since 1969. We have not, according to Aspen, been engaging in unilateral disarmament.
B wipe F1.
Well, next week, the House of
Ready,
Representatives
a double.
is scheduled
4
to take
video
up
with
a
3
once
full and
volatile
4
issue in
under
this
with
country,
a Chiron
the military
insert.
draft. There's a bill before the House to bring back not the draft itself as yet, but registration for it. Today in San
Ready, a
Francisco,
double.
a coalition of Bay Area groups opposed to that bill held an old-fashioned anti-draft rally. Bodman reports.
Roll a double. Take F4 with 3
It was
full
like
and
a
4
story
under.
out of the past, a flashback
Insert
to
out,
draft
change
resistance
Chiron.
rallies of the 60s. Hundreds of young people in jeans sprawled on the grass as folk singers, rock bands, and speakers from a
Insert
dozen
Chiron.
anti-war and civil liberties groups called for an
Insert
all-out
out,
fight
change
against
Chiron
the measure.
10 to a take
There
to
was a standing
F3 with the
ovation
Chiron
for writer
insert.
David Harris, the most famous of the
5
Vietnam
to a
War
take to
draft
F3 with an
resistors, who
insert.
spent 2 years in federal prison for refusing induction.
Take F3 with an insert.
Good sense is recognizing that whether the Congress passes this act
Insert
or
out,
not,
change
it is
Chiron.
an
20 till 4
illegitimate
goes
act.
full, Chris. A minute to the studio.
It is an act that
Change
violates
F2
our
and set it monitor A.
Constitution. It is an act that
You can change
violates
F1
our sense
also.
of ourselves as a people, and it's an act
10
that
to
violates our
10 till
future.
4 goes full and 3
And
goes
I
under.
call
Good
on all
sense
of you
is
to
the word
stand
cue.
up as a previous generation subjected to military conscription stood up
And
and act with good
4
sense.
full, 3 under.
The House bill
30
would
to a take
require
to
the registration
F4.
of all 18-year-old men beginning in January of 1981. There is
That-
also
yeah, that
a
would
bill
help.
before
That's
the
fine, that
Senate.
would help.
It would go into effect a year
30 to the
earlier
studio. When we
and
come back,
require
it'll
all
be
men
Dennis
from
on camera
18 to
3. Nelson, this
26
slide is bad. We should get rid of
The
this
Defense
slide.
Department
It's
estimates
poor.
the cost of setting up the system would be
Okay.
$17.5 million.
The Oakland one? Yeah.
Classification,
5 to a
testing,
take to F4.
Physical examination could cost as much
Ready,
as
F4.
$69 million a year.
Take F4.
Considering
Standard
the fact
close,
this is a
15
holiday,
seconds,
the
coming
weather
out
is
to Dennis
beautiful,
on
and there's
camera
a free
3.
concert. This is a relatively small turnout. It's clear that the draft
10
revival
seconds.
issue has not yet become an emotional issue.
5 seconds,
However,
standard
in the
close.
weeks
Ready,
and months
camera
ahead,
3 with Dennis's
that could
mic.
change. Claude Mann in San Francisco for the 10 o'clock view.
Take camera 3, cue Dennis.
If you've ever
Ready,
come
a
off the
double.
Grove
4
Shaft
video
freeway
with
going
4
toward
full
downtown
and the
Oakland,
Chiron
you've no doubt
insert.
noticed a huge stretch of vacant land off to the right. That was not intended to be vacant land in the long-ago plans of Oakland City Fathers, and
Here
as
we
Betty
go.
and Bruno reports, it may yet be put to useful purpose.
Roll a double. Take F4 with 4 full.
There was a dream here in West Oakland once. Back in
Insert
the early
out.
60s, this area
Change
was
Chiron,
picked as a
insert
model
again.
for redevelopment. Dilapidated houses and stores
Insert
that
out.
were bulldozed
Change Chiron.
to make room for a new community.
15 till 3
There
goes
would
full
be
and
new
4 goes
houses,
under.
a shopping center with a modern supermarket.
We got
But
left to
obviously,
right wipe
it never
coming up,
happened.
Mike.
The project stalled after
about
the
20
land was
seconds.
cleared,
Ready,
and this vacant
3
lot
full.
has
Ready,
been
3
here
full.
for 17 years.
3 full, 4 under.
The sign of that dream is still here, but the paint
10
is
to a wipe
old and
out
peeling
to
off.
F3
The
with the
names of the
Chiron
people who are
insert.
going to make it all happen can't anymore.
And
Most of them are no longer around. It isn't that they didn't try. They appointed a committee
Sorry,
called
5 to a
Geisha.
wipe to F3
They
with
hired
an
a
insert.
consultant named Amos Krause, and for $40,000, he made a study.
Wipe F3.
The
Ready to wipe to
results of that
F4 with
study
4
were
full.
not very
Insert
good.
out.
The report was not very good.
Wipe F4, 4 full.
We still are
You can
trying
insert
to find out
Chiron.
exactly what we got for that.
Ready to wipe to F3 with 3 full. Insert out.
As of yet, I haven't seen
No,
anything
just lose insert.
concrete.
Take F3.
Clearly
Good.
now,
Insert
everyone
Chiron.
who knows anything about it concedes that it was a
4
rip-off.
full. Insert out.
The Oakland City Council
Ready
recently
to
agreed
take
to
to
spend
F4 with the Chiron
$25,000 on a new study. But this time they say things are going to be different.
Take F4 with an
Number
insert.
one, it's a better
5
time
till 3
for
goes
Oakland
full and
for
4
that
goes
project.
under.
And number
Insert
two,
out.
we'll get get a better
Feasible is the
product.
word cue.
This time to see if it's feasible.
3 full, 4 under.
And people who
5
live
to
in
a take
West
to
Oakland
F3
say
with the
they're going
Chiron
to keep an
insert.
eye on the project themselves.
We want to
Take
monitor
F3 with an
what
insert.
stores come in, what they sell, and also we'll be involved in some equity
Insert out.
participation. We
Change
would like
chiron.
for the community
5
to
to
own
4
some
goes
of
full
this,
and 3 goes under.
shopping
Want to
centers
sell is
going
the
in,
word
not
cue.
be just merely consumers of the goods which the stores are going to sell.
4 full, 3 under.
West Oakland is known
5
as
to
a
a take to
high crime
F4.
and
We've got it
shoplifting area.
from inside to
That
out.
may be one
Ready
reason
to take
supermarkets
F4.
haven't
Stand
been
by,
willing
take
to
F4.
locate here.
Take
So I don't
F4.
think
You
that's
can
a
insert
valid
chiron.
excuse. I just don't
Ready to
think
wipe
that
F3 with
we've
3
put the
full.
kind of attention-
Insert
given
out.
the kind of attention to this program
And
that we should have a long time ago.
Wipe F3, 3 full.
the
Insert
city
chiron.
center
Ready
project and
4
some of the
full
other
and 3 under.
projects had priority with the city.
Insert out.
And until those projects got off the ground, nothing was going to happen out
4
here.
full, 3 under.
Practically
30
everything
seconds,
you can
standard
see
close,
on this
coming out to
redevelopment
Dennis.
site is a
Set
government
F1 in
project.
monitor A.
Subsidized housing
Slow
representing
lead in
nearly
here.
every kind of federal effort
You wiped when you
over
should
the
have lost
past
the insert
20
is what
years.
happened.
But a few blocks from here, there is a sturdy
15 seconds,
business
have Dennis
community
read me a
whose
slow
roots
lead
are
in
as
here.
old as the city itself.
10 seconds,
These
standard
merchants
close, ready
have
camera 3
refused
with
to move
Dennis's
out.
mic, and
They've
stand by a
stayed
double
despite the
film,
squalor
4
that has
video,
grown
3
up
full,
around
4 under with a
them.
V2
And they
insert.
thrive.
Ready
We'll
camera
take a look
3
at
with
them
Dennis's
in
mic.
another report. I'm Betty Ann Bruno in Oakland for the 10 o'clock news.
Take camera 3, cue Dennis.
As
Ready
you
a
no
double,
doubt
4
know,
video with 3
Skylab
full
is
and
dipping
4 under with a
closer and
V2
closer to
insert.
Earth, and the day it'll come crashing back down. And later tonight we'll have the latest word on Skylab and how an Italian circus brought traffic to a halt in Rome. First this.
Roll a double. Take F4, 3 full,
In the
4 under,
country
insert
coastal town of
V2,
Clinton,
roll
the 4th
V2.
of July is celebrated old-fashioned
Ready to
style.
fade to black.
Coming up on segment 2.
And fade to black. Take the break.
Hi, Larry
Alright, separate films are next, 3 and 4 right.
And luxury. Van
Ready a
Pool
double,
makes
4
car
video with 3
problems
full and 4 under with the V2
disappear.
insert.
Call
Here we go.
rides 863-9588.
You're on.
Roll a double up on F4.
It's a
Roll
community
V2.
call to arms, a birthday celebration that cries out for a party.
Stand by to insert
It's the 4th
chiron.
of July, and towns and cities
insert
all across
chiron.
the country are
Insert
gorging
out.
themselves on
Change
Norman
chiron.
Rockwell's vision of
Insert
America.
again. Ready
Tonight
card
on
full.
segment 2, we've gone to Kenwood, Sonoma
Insert
County,
out.
California,
Eat your heart
for
out
a
is the word cue.
world-class
Ready
4th of
card
July
full.
celebration. Here we are witness to the 13th annual pillow fight contest and wide world of sports. Eat your heart out.
Cart full. 30 till 3 goes full and cart goes under. That looks like fun. Ready, 3 full and cart under. That cart just keeps rolling, Chris, because it comes in and out throughout this piece. 5 till 3 goes full. And 3 full, cart under.
Despite the behemoths that straddled this
Ready,
mudslip pole,
cart full.
the best fight of the day went to 2 slender young women in what
Pillow
will
fight
no
is the
doubt be
word cue.
remembered years down the road as the Susan B. Anthony
Look at that.
Memorial Pillow Fight.
Cart full. Don't watch the story, listen to me, please. Don't watch the story, listen to me. Ready, 3 full and cart under in 10 seconds from now. I know it's difficult. Ready, 3 full. And 3 full, cart under.
Despite their valor, the performance of these 2
10 till
warriors is
4 goes
overshadowed by
full.
the presence
When
of
we
a
bring
fellow
4
named
full, you can
Al
fade the
Easton.
cart out.
In an unprecedented feat, he
Two
has
come
reigned
is
as
the
the
word
pillow
cue.
fight
5
champion
seconds,
of the
ready,
world
4
for the
full.
past 5 years. This is a simple prelude to a more difficult
4
match to
full.
come.
Fade the cart out. Ready, 3 full and 4 under. And 3 full. 4 under.
Sue Barker
Ready to
rules the
take to
roost from the
F3
other
in
side
5
of the
seconds
fence.
from now.
In the
3
world
years
of
is the
pillows
word
and mud,
cue. Ready,
she has reigned
F3.
as champion for the last 3 years.
Take F3. Ready, 4 full and 3 under. And 4 full. 3 under.
Well, you've seen the 2 reigning
10
champions
to a
in
take
action.
to F4.
In the spirit of the revolution,
Then
it
Sue
was a
Baker is the
time
word
for
cue.
underdogs,
Ready,
but
F4.
history was not to be repeated. First, it's dueling pillows with Al Easton, then Sue Barker.
Take F4. Ready to take to F3 with 3 full. And take F3, 3 full. 10 to a take to F4 with 4 full. Quick cuts coming up here. 5 to a take to F4 with 4 full. And take F4, 4 full. Ready to take to F3 with 3 full. And take F3, 3 full. Ready a tight take to F4 with 4 full in 5 seconds from now. And Take F4 full. Ready 3 full and 4 under. 5 seconds from now. And 3 full, 4 under.
It would be easy for me to say I pulled my punch
5
to
to
give Sue a
take the
chance.
F3. In
But
my
fact,
pillow is the word
only
cue.
thing
Ready
I pulled was a
F3.
muscle in my back, and that, no doubt, was the result of too many horseshoes in my pillow.
Take F3. Ready a soft wipe to F4 with 4 full. In Clayton.
Since we don't have that here today, let's go to Vern Hawkins in Clayton.
Wipe F4 4 full. Dennis, pick up the phone, please.
When Clayton holds its 4th of July celebration,
Somebody insert. You can insert Chiron now.
Of course, the town has only 3,700
Insert out.
people.
Change
The
Chiron.
police department
Insert
was
again.
on duty full strength. All 7 of them.
Insert out.
Last year,
Change
Clayton,
Chiron.
which looks more like a Western movie set than a town.
Parade is the word cue. Ready for full in 10 seconds from now.
Today, with gas shortages keeping folks closer to home, 7,000 came here. 3,000 hot dogs
5
and
till
hamburgers
4 goes
were sold
full.
from booths set
Parade
up in
is
an
the
old
word cue.
eucalyptus grove.
Another minute and a
The main
half.
attraction is the back home style parade.
4 full. Ready 3 full and 4 under. 3 full. 4 under.
This is the 7th year for the parade.
Ready 4
Began in
full.
73 to raise money for
1896
street
is the
lights.
word cue in 10
The town
seconds.
decided to resurrect
Ready
the 4th
4
year
full.
after someone found an old poster in a barn advertising 4th of July events. Dated 1896.
4 full. 15 to a take to F3. Five to a take to F3. And take F3. 15 to... Is Pat gonna tease? Dennis is gonna tease to weather next, I gotcha. Ready 3 full and 4 under. Dennis doesn't tease, Pat is not on camera. Ready 3 full, 3 full, 4 under. Ready a dissolve to F4 with 4 full. Just a dissolve. Ready a dissolve to F4 with 4 full. And 4 full, dissolve F4.
So this is
you can
how
fade out the audio on
celebrates the 4th of
F3.
July.
Ready
Little
V3
patriotic
sound on
old-fashioned
tape.
parade.
We'll dissolve to
The
it.
4th, of course, is a time for patriots, and John Wayne was certainly one of them. In the early 70s,
Ready
John
V3
Wayne made a
will
record
dissolve to
about
it. It's
America.
sound on tape.
Some think it's somewhat corny, but after all, this is the 4th of July.
Roll V3. Dissolve V3. What was that? Okay.
Got a second?
Yeah.
A little less audio out here, if possible.
Little less audio, Chris. Coming out the 2-shot. Dennis is teasing. He's just teasing weather.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You want the sports stuff now?
Say what, Tam?
You want sports stuff yet?
Yeah, you can give it to me now.
Okay, Giants tape.
You see
Yeah.
Kansas
133.
Thank you much.
Arizona
Wimbledon.
Yes.
114.
What is it?
114.
114. Thank you. I will. Insert Chiron.
San Francisco Bay. Have you heard of Bob White calling in the Carolina Pines? Or heard the bellow of a diesel in the Appalachian
Insert out.
Pines?
Yeah.
Does the call of the Niagara thrill you when
Don't put it on unless I say it. I mean, it's got to go through me to you from now. I mean, you know, that was fine. But what? Oh, you can tell me now if you want.
Men who braved a hard new world first stepped on Plymouth Rock.
30, 31, 32 are all dead. That's
New York City.
and weather takes the place. I got you.
Have you
30,
seen a
31, and
snowflake
32
drifting in the
is
Rockies
out.
way up high?
All right.
Have you seen the sun come
And
blazing
weather will
down
toss to a sports
bright
tease.
Nevada sky?
Okay.
You hail to the Columbia as she rushes to the sea, or
Right.
now
Toss
you're
to Tom,
headed
and Tom will do a
Gettysburg.
sports tease.
I struggle to be free.
Yeah.
Have you seen the mighty Tetons? You watched an eagle soar? Have you seen the Mississippi roll along Missouri's shore? Have you felt a chill at Michigan when on a winter's day her waters rage along the
Dominic,
shore? in
what?
Thunderous display.
What's Pat gonna do after weather?
Pat is going to toss to Tom Lamar, who will do a sports tease, and then we go to a
You
break.
stare in disbelief when you see the surf come roaring in at Waimea Reef.
Not that difficult, really.
From Alaska's cold to the Everglades. From the Rio
Well, see,
Grande
we have
to Maine.
confusion out here from Pat and everybody else.
Oh, okay. I got you.
My pulse runs fast. The might of her domain.
All right, kill that, Chris.
You ask me why I love her?
20
I have
seconds.
a million reasons why.
Coming back to camera 2 on a 2-shot. Stand by to insert V2 first.
Wide sky.
Camera 2, tilt down just a touch.
Dominic.
Yes.
We're coming out to Dennis to toss the pad, right?
Dennis coming out to Dennis, he goes to a break. Teases. Weather's next, go to a break. That's all he says. Ready to insert V2. Insert V2 now. Roll V2. Ready to dissolve to camera 2. With Dennis's mic. And dissolve. Not yet. Okay, kill him.
Places in America you just saw, Pat McCormick, in
Hold
just a
tight.
minute.
Ready to fade to black.
The weather is like. We'll be right back.
Fade to black. Take the break. Close. Set the satellite picture. Camera 1 is shooting weather. Camera 2 will go to Tom for the sports tees. We do have a satellite picture, right? 5 seconds. Here we go.
Taylor, California Sellers, a better Shipley.
And
judge for yourself.
You're on.
Up on 1. Cue
Had
him.
a lot of diverse weather around the country today. Thunderstorms, tornadoes,
Insert out.
hail, strong
Change
winds,
Chiron.
rain, about everything came down.
Stand by to dissolve in your chroma key. I don't know when. Anytime.
Idaho, all the way down into the Carolinas today. Tornadoes were reported in Louisiana, Virginia, Kansas, Wyoming. No reports of death or injury. In fact, no reports of damage of any kind. And in the rain department, several areas reporting anything from a few drops to an inch, inch and a quarter. But it was Nebraska.
Camera
that
2 on
picked
that
up
shot.
all the
You
rain
should
today.
zoom in a little
Last
bit,
night,
pan
4
left. 2
inches.
minutes to
Today,
pat.
they picked up another 1 to 2 inches on top
You
of
got
that.
it.
So that was the
That's
Saki state.
That's perfect
And it was
framing.
Arizona that had the hot cold honors today.
Until Tom sits up, I
Flagstaff
see.
Started at 33 degrees this morning, and Phoenix peaked out at about
Mike, he's real
107
tricky.
degrees, not
So just
about,
be
it
ready
was
to wipe that in,
107
because
degrees
to
this
dissolve it in,
afternoon.
because
Actually,
he's real
Casa
tricky on it.
And Gila Bend, several areas right, that Coolidge, several areas right in that.
I hope Tom knows that he's
southwestern part of the
teasing
state
sports.
all had 107 degrees. Not so hot.
I hope so, too.
You're
below normal cool temperature.
Well, you can get to him now, can't you, Nelson?
I've
only told him 3 times.
Oh, okay, fine.
Below normal cool
You don't want to use the bumpers then because you're late, right? Okay. We don't need the bumpers.
That upper level low trough of
On V2, we do not need the bumpers.
It decided to hang around. It's stationary off the coast right now. Let's look at the satellite picture. This is
Dissolve in
the
chroma
morning
key.
picture taken about 9:50
Give him a minute
this
now.
morning. From 23,000
Ready F4 with the
miles up.
Chiron
The overcast
insert.
last night worked itself into the Sacramento Valley, burnt off about 10, 11 o'clock this morning, as did the Bay Area's allocation of low clouds and fog. The high pressure hasn't deserted us. It's still out there. It's about 1,500 miles west of the Golden Gate. Temperatures
Roll
around the Bay
F4,
Area
take F4 with an
today,
insert, set up your B
being a
monitor
holiday,
now.
not all of our stations reported
Camera
any,
4
but
and monitor
the
B.
information
30
we have,
seconds to
looks
pat.
like the
Stand by to
temperatures
change
ranged
Chiron.
from 63 degrees in
Camera
downtown
4
San
isn't
Francisco
framed.
to about
Oh, it is. Thank
77
you.
degrees in Kentfield. And the forecast
Change
for the
Chiron.
area
Ready
tomorrow,
camera 1
will
without
have
the
morning overcast.
insert.
Once again, with a little luck, it'll burn off at about the same rate.
Point of the
as
1,
today. Mostly
15 to
sunny
pat.
skies after that, little temperature change.
Take camera
and
1.
some gusty
Ready camera
winds.
3 for the
As
toss.
most of you know, Gary Park called the Giants-Braves game live from Atlanta.
Ready
here in
camera
Trammell
3.
This afternoon. The high there was 94 degrees.
Wrap 'em up.
Let's go over to Tom Lamar sitting
Take
in for
3.
Gary to find
Ready
out who
2.
won that game
Take
and
2.
how.
Well, the Giants don't seem to like
Ready
that
to fade to
hot, humid
black.
weather down there. The A's don't seem to like it anywhere, and it's the same old story at Wimbledon. We'll have those stories, all the sports, coming up next.
Fade to black. Take the break. Tom, pick up the phone, please.
Think a car that looks like this could get good gas mileage.
We're coming up on camera 2 with a Chiron insert and Tom's mic.
$159. Ward's 17.9 cubic foot refrigerator is all frostless with special features and door compartments for your extra convenience. Ward's big 19.2 cubic foot upright freezer
15.
will help you save money on food.
You gonna have time
It's
for
got
people tonight?
adjustable cold controls and
There
other
will be time.
features you want. Just 3
5 seconds. Ready camera 2 with Tom's mic and a Chiron insert. Here we go.
You're on.
Up on 2. Cue Tom. Ready V3 voice over sound on with a crowd card under. Insert out.
Down in Atlanta, the Giants Blue leads a 5-0 and 6-2, while dropping their second in as many nights to the resurgent
Roll
Braves.
V3. Take
Johnny
V3.
Lemaster put the Giants ahead with his 2-run double.
1/3.
Off the
That
left
sounds
field
great.
fence in the 4th
Set
inning.
F1
Derek
in
Rose
monitor
goes back
B.
and can't get it.
And change F2.
Couple runs come
Camera
in.
1, you're on a 3 shot for the toss after sports.
There's McCovey scoring. Lemaster stole third, and Mike
What is that?
bounced a
Oops.
single over
What
shortstop
does that
to
mean,
make
Mike?
it 3-0.
It's real encouraging. I'm looking somewhere else and I hear Medetti say, oops.
Made it 4-0 with his 15th homer in the 5th. Hits against the back wall behind the left field fence. After Willie McCovey walked, Terry Whitfield lined a single to right field, And McCovey will come all the way around when the ball gets past Gary Matthews, rolls all the way to the fence. It's McCovey around third. Whitfield had to hold at third, even though the throw gets away here at the plate. The Braves came back in the fifth when giant killer Charlie Spikes hammered a two-run double off the left field fence.
That bat crack.
Whitfield couldn't quite get it there with a leap.
Yeah.
The Braves inched closer, and Matthews made
Ready,
it 6-5
camera two.
by homering in the seventh. Later in the inning, Jeff Burrows tied it. He doubles home Bob Horner. It's a ground rule double, bounces over the fence. Horner had also doubled. Then in the eighth.
Ready, camera two.
Here's Horner coming
I think your
in.
timer slipped, Cam.
Pepe Frias
There we
came down
go.
the line of third, and Lavelle broke his windup. That's a balk and the ball game.
And take camera
The
two.
Angels scored 10 runs in the eighth inning and dumped the A's 17-6
Ready,
tonight down in
F2
Anaheim.
with a camera
Don
3
Baylor
insert. Please
continued
drop
to
the iris a
terrorize
little
the
bit
A's,
in
driving in
F2,
5 more
Watkins.
runs. Baylor hit his 19th homer, his 7th in as many games.
Just for this slide.
The A's fell to their 11th defeat
Ready,
in 12
F2
games,
with
but
a
they
camera
fought
3
until the
insert.
eighth. Tony Armas and Mitchell Page belted 2-run homers in the fourth, and the A's led 5-3 and later 6-5 until Baylor's homer. Then 12 consecutive Angels reached base in the Marathon 8th.
Take F2, camera 3 insert. Stand by to change.
Crashed a tape measure 3-run homer, and the Yanks held off the Brewers.
Change.
White Evans won it for the Red Sox with a
Change
two-out, 2-run
F1.
homer in the ninth.
Change.
Incredible Roy Smalley hit a 3-run homer, and Hoskin Powell added a solo shot for the Twins.
Change.
Otto Velez belted a 3-run homer in the 11th, and the Blue Jays held off the Tigers.
Change.
Wayne Nordhagen hit a grand slam. Claudel Washington a 3-run shot, and a 10-run White Sox fifth.
Change.
Bump Wills collected 4 hits. He scored 3 runs. The Rangers made it 11 wins in 12 games.
Change.
Over in the National League, the Astros got 2 in the 7th to stretch their West lead to 10 full games.
Change.
Willie Stargell belted 2 homers, and Bill Madlock knocked in 3 runs for the Pirates.
Change.
Warren Cromartie and Ellis Valentine homered for the Expos to back the pitching of Bill Lee and Elias Sosa.
Change.
Steve Carlton pitched a
One
one-hitter.
more
Elliot
score.
Maddox broke it up with a 7th-inning double. Bake McBride doubled in the only run for the Phillies.
Change.
Bob Shirley
Ready,
pitched a
camera
2-hitter.
2
Dave
without
Winfield
the
hit his 18th
insert.
homer. The Dodgers lost for the 8th time in 9 games.
Take camera 2.
At Wimbledon
Change
today, defending champ
F2.
Martina
Ready,
Navratilova
V3. Voice
ousted
over
16-year-old
with the
Tracy
Chiron
Austin,
insert.
7-5, 6-1. And Chris Everett Lloyd topped Von Goolagong-Colley 6-3, 6-2. Everett and Navratilova will repeat last year's final
Roll
on
V3.
Friday.
Take
Tracy
V3
serves
with an
here
insert.
against
Good.
Martina. They're going to battle away from the baseline
Insert
for
out.
a while.
Change Chiron. You can change F1 and change F2.
This is a long point.
Set camera 5 and monitor B.
Patiently waiting back there. Now Martina starts.
Still match point.
Well, we didn't see the rest of that. Here's match
Keep
point.
it way under, Chris.
That's it.
And Tracy hits long, and it's all over. There's Mama of watching Martina play. Here, Goolagong will score against Chris Everett when
Yeah,
she hits
Pan
into
Am
the
games.
net.
And bike race. Well, bike race.
That's coming up momentarily. Chris didn't lose too many of these. But
I don't
here's
know how
one
we're going to be
right
able
there.
to cue him. We'll just
Here's
drop
Chris
people
now.
if you
She's
have
going
to.
to serve for the match. There's her husband, John Lloyd,
He really does it.
watching.
It's real new. Yeah, the tape is what's killing him here. He's got 15 seconds left
Chris
of this
comes
tape.
in, a precise drop shot wins it.
Ready,
In
camera
tomorrow's
2.
semifinals for the men's, Jimmy Connors challenges Bjorn
Point
Borg,
number
and
2.
Roscoe Tanner goes against unheralded Pat Dupre.
Take camera 2.
More gold for the U.S. today in the Pan Am Games in San
Ready,
Juan.
B, wipe the
Robbie
camera
Coleman
4.
and Patrick Jones captured the roller skating doubles, and John Satterwhite claimed another for the U.S. rifle team. In other events, the U.S. baseball team ripped Venezuela
Speed 'em up if
72.
you can.
Terry Francona had 3 more hits. Barbara Rinaldi pitched the 2 hitters. The women's softball team topped the Dominican
Ready,
Republic
B, wipe
5-0.
camera 4.
And the U.S. women wiped out Puerto Rico in 3 sets of volleyball.
B, wipe
Jacques
camera
Boyer
4.
of Carmel captured the final event of
Ready,
the 9-day
F4.
Perrier bike race today at the San Francisco
Roll
Civic
F4.
Center.
Take
Today's
F4.
race climaxed 9 days of racing
Set
throughout Northern California.
F1 and monitor
at such
B.
spots as Santa Cruz, Fort Ord, Oakland, and San
No,
Jose.
never mind. Just set
Approximately
camera
100
4 and monitor
bikers
B.
raced
Ready, camera
100 laps
2.
or 50
Change
miles
F1.
around the Civic Center.
Ready,
Federal
camera 2.
Building block. Boyer came across the
Point
winner
number 2.
in just over 12 hours.
Take camera 2.
And in soccer
Ready,
today,
camera
the San
1
Jose
for the
Earthquakes
toss to
lost
Dennis.
4-0.
This is it.
The Houston Hurricane
Ready, camera
down
1 for
in
the
the
toss
Acid
will be
Dome.
1, then 3.
Hurricane goalkeeper Paul Hammond registered his
Dennis
4th
does the
shutout,
tease to
and the
3.
Hurricane
Ready,
won its
camera
10th
1.
straight game. That's a look at sports tonight.
Take
Back
camera
to you,
1.
Dennis.
Take 3.
Well, the man
Ready,
believed to be
fade
the
to
oldest
black.
living person in the U.S. had a birthday today. You try to guess his age, and we'll tell you as soon as we come back.
Fade to black. Take the break.
Hi, Larry Robinson, and we're having a
Okay,
sale.
update.
50% off.
You may need
30.
this
Okay,
Winchester,
30
Kelly.
seconds.
You don't understand,
Okay, Mike,
kid.
set the camera 5
You're
in monitor
under
B.
arrest.
John Wayne,
F1 and A.
an
Okay.
American hero.
Watkins, we're going to go a
I'm
little
Bob
long.
McKenzie. Why was Maureen O'Hara the perfect woman for John Wayne?
Sorry.
We'll talk about that. And the Duke's
Coming
real
up on
life
camera
love.
3 with
Enjoy
Dennis's
the
Mike, we
quiet
have a
man.
V8 voiceover
Our
coming
John
up.
Wayne tribute continues with The Quiet Man, co-starring Maureen O'Hara, Thursday
5
at
seconds.
7:30 on Channel 2.
Ready to come up on 3 with Dennis's Mike.
You're
Up on 3, cue Dennis. Ready,
Updating the news
V8
tonight, hospital
voiceover.
officials say that the wife of a San Francisco jewelry store owner kidnapped this weekend and left
Roll
for
V8.
dead near Bodega
3,
Bay, still in fair condition
2,
tonight.
1.
36-year-old Linda
Take V8.
Mahan was found earlier today clinging to a rock in the ocean
Coming
where
out
she had
to
been
Barbara.
dumped. Police say a man
Preset of
kidnapped
B
her on
wipe to
Sunday,
F2.
took more than $300,000 worth of jewels from her husband's store. The man then reportedly drove her north along the coast
We'll
to
need the
Sonoma
short
County.
close,
Police say he
Chris.
beat her, tried to strangle her, robbed her of her personal jewels, and threw her into the water from a cliff. Mahan stayed in the water for 10 hours before she was rescued. She
Ready,
suffered head
camera
injuries and
1 with
exposure.
Barbara's mic.
San Francisco police and Sonoma County say no arrests have been made, but they expect to shortly.
Take camera 1, cue
It's
Barbara.
time tonight for a look at some of the people
Ready
in
to
the
B
news,
wipe
and the whole
F2,
country
B
was
wipe
celebrating
F2.
the 4th of July
Ready, a
today.
double punch to
but
camera
it was
2
that
with
and more for
F2
Charlie
in
Smith
monitor
in
with
Barton,
F1 in
Florida.
monitor
It was
B.
his
Ready,
birthday.
double
Smith
punch
is
to camera
believed
2
to
with
be the
F1 in
oldest
monitor
living
B
person
with
in the whole
Dennis's
country.
mic.
He says he's an ex-slave
Here we
and
go.
that he rode with Jesse James. Charlie Smith celebrated his 137th birthday today. Appropriately enough, he had a cake. It was red, white, and blue.
And
that's people
double
at
punch.
Dennis.
Hit the short
That's the news
close.
on this 4th of July. I'm glad you're
Ready to
all made
zoom
it
out
back.
2, stand
We'll
by
see you all
insert
again.
V2. And
Good night.
music full. Zoom out camera 2, insert V2. Roll V2. Fade to black. Clear.
Ray Jacobs with the editorial opinion
Sure
of the
enough.
management of KTVU. 1/4 of the nation's produce is grown in California.
Nah.
Unless the strike by
No
independent
problem. Believe
truckers
me.
is quickly resolved, much of that crop will be left to rot or be plowed back into the ground. The result will be a shortage and much more expensive food for the nation's dinner table.